Hello, this is Kenji Nishihara of Team NMB. This lecture is for the very beginners of NMB, and I will make up several simple inputs for NMB that are written in the Microsoft Excel sheets. NMB will read the sheets directly and write result on it. After this lecture, you will know how to operate NMB and basic structure of input file. In the future, for more complex input with many reactors and output list will be developed by yourself, resembling the tutorials, that is the Excel files bundled in the NMB package. So I would like to start lecture. Okay, let's start the elementary practice of NMB 4.0. At first, I want to introduce user application. If you have already get the NMB, you can skip this part. Please search NMB code on web and go to this page, English page. And here you can find application form, and please fill these forms. And wait for a reply from our team, and a short online interview will be required. And follow instruction from Team NMB to download NMB 4.0 package. And this is the list of tasks including during this lecture. There are 7 tasks. This is task 0 to make minimum input from empty Excel sheet. And please open 3 Excel sheet. One is NMB 4.0.7 XLSM. This is the program file and database files. And the next one is manual. This is also bundled in the package. And please open 4 scenario IO sheet. And the right side is in English. Then please open new Excel file. Control new. And save as test wherever you want. And I frequently switch the window by Alt plus Tab shortcut key and copy from manual to test XLSX. Okay, let's start. NMB find a cell filled by search string. Search string is written in this column, and the red character means this is mandatory. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mandatory search strings. The strings is always enclosed by parentheses, this one. And any position of the cell is allowed, as long as it does not interfere others. Okay, let's start. At first, please copy this string from manual to your test XLSX. Oh, and let's change the sheet name to task 0. This string means that user declares this is an input sheet for NMB 4.0. Okay. And the next one is these 5 uh, strings. At first, let's copy from manual. Basic data to D1 cell. This is the good position. And waste data to E1. Plant data to F1. Cycle data to G1. And predefined to H1. I operate very quickly, so you can stop this movie and take your time. And the user can specify book name and sheet name where NMB database is written. So NMB use 5 database. And the book name is name of this books, NMB 4.0.7. So please write 4.0.7 XLSM. And fill 5 columns to write. And the sheet name should be written here. For basic data, the database name is this one, basic data. And for example, nuclide mass or MEB fission, like that, is written in this sheet. Basic data. The next one is waste data. Next one is plant data. And the J4.0 is added because this database includes cross sections based on gender 4.0. Copy, paste. And next one is cycle data. The last one is predefined data. Okay. And the next one is message. NMB displays analysis status and around this cell. Okay. And J1 is good position for this string. And the last one is AD. Here you can specify year to be analyzed. Copy. And A5 is good position. And let's start calculation from 2000 to 2080. And please start input from A7. Be aware that this empty cell is mandatory. And the A8 cell is A7 plus 1. And please fill below. Till A87. And the last becomes 2080. So this is the end of task 0. Now let's run the NMB. And this is how to. Okay, please open NMB program file and your input book. We have already done. And the next one is important. Please enable macro function in Excel Trust Center. Like this. This is the Japanese Excel, so please see the position. Option, Trust Center, and the configuration of Trust Center. configuration macro and enable all macros here. And when you download the package from website, sometimes file property is not suitable for macro. Please open property of file, program file, and go to general and security. Please unblock security. And basically, program file and DLL file must be at the same folder. But in the default, they are in the same folder, so it's okay. The second step is display your input sheet. This one. And please push Alt plus function 8 and execute a single run macro. Another way is go to display and macro, then select a single run and execute. And here we get the input error. And this is the intentional error to learn how to stop NMB and correct the input. And NMB said predefined data is not found. This such strings is not exist. And please push OK, and NMB is stopped at this point. And this is the program of NMB. So please push square and stop the NMB. Mouse cursor remains circle, but please do not mind. Okay, and check the predefined data. And this is intentional error. At the end, here there is a space, and the space is not allowed because the such string must be exactly same. And please delete the last space and enter. And let's try again. Okay. Now it's working. Please wait for about 20 seconds. Okay, you will find end message from NMB. And someone will encounter the errors after running. They are typical errors. If NMB stops at call calculation initialize in your NMB, your Excel is 32-bit. Please use another NMB in 32-bit folder in the package. You can check your version of Excel by account, and here my Excel is in 42-bit. Okay, and another typical error is NMB stopped at set sh basic blah blah blah. And in this case, your specification in basic data is wrong. For example, but book name or sheet name. Another one is NMB stops at change drive blah blah blah, or change working workbook path, like this. You are using cloud environment. And please download all files to your local computer. Okay. So let's go to the task 1. At first, please copy task 0 to new sheet, task 1. Rename to task 1. And in the task 1, we will make a PWR that is operated during 2000 to 2020. So to construct plant, we can use search string of new plant 1. Let's copy from manual. Wait a moment. Yes, here it's in table 4.2 you can find new plant 1. And the good position is here, B6. Also you need plant power 1 and plant life 1. Plant power 1 to C6 and plant life 1 to D6. And please fill the B7 by this string, PWR-UO2 middle burnap MB. PWR. And the plant power is the plant capacity by gigawatt electricity, so 1. And plant life is year, so 20. In this case, a PWR with 1 gigawatt electricity and 45 gigawatt day per ton heavy metallics is operated during this year. Like this. Okay, here let's run the NMB and see what occurs. Because I am recording, my Excel is not so fast. Okay, in this case, NMB says that the construction was done. But as you see, there is no output in this sheet. If user want to look the result, we need to add another search strings for output. And they are search strings. If we want to know rate of consumed natural uranium, please write this string. Okay, let's copy from manual again. In table 4.4, there is a lot of such string for output. And the first one is print mining. Print mining, this one. And please fill in the K5 here. I want to keep this space for another input. And please write number in L5 2. This 2 means that output column is limited to 2. So NMB will keep space for these 2 columns and this column for total. And so we should not write another such string in here, like blah, 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 because this column can be filled by mining. Okay, and the next one is uranium-235 enrichment in new fuel. This one. And let's put this one in N column. Again 2. The next one is power generation. To Q. Again 2. The next one is print new fuel. This one. Print spent fuel. Here it is. To W. And the last one is print interim storage. Okay, and let's run again. Okay, many result is written in your Excel sheet. Let's look into the result. In print mining, consumed uranium resources is written. At the first year, the consumed amount is 750 and the largest. In the next year, it becomes 1/3 because this PWR is operated by 3 batch fuel exchange. So 1/3 is exchanged. In the next output, uranium-238 enrichment ratio is written. Oh, sorry, I mistook. This is the uranium-235 amount in new fuel, so I want to change. Yes, this one. I copied. And please skip 10 seconds in the movie. Okay, this becomes about 4.1% of enrichment. So under they are constant, of course. The next one is power generation. PWR UO2 middle burn-up fueled by UO2 gives electricity of 0.85% gigawatt electricity year. And this is not 1 because the operations efficiency is 0.85 and or 85% in plant data J40 database sheet. Next one is new fuel. Here. So in this calculation, fresh UO2 fuel of 80 ton is necessary in 2000. And this becomes 1/3 again next year, and like this. I will explain why here is 0 afterward. And let's see also that spent fuel. From the second year, we will get 27 tons of spent fuel annually. And at the end, we will get 80 tons because the core is closed in 2020. And the last one is interim storage. Because there is no reprocessing or disposal of spent fuel is accumulated in the site. And it reaches 480. And this is the explanation of 3-batch operation PWR. And this is the year from 2000. And the green line means fuel in the first batch, and the red in the second batch, and blue in the third batch. And the operation period of PWR NMB4.0 is supposed to be 1.095 year in database. And considering load factor of 85%, the actual interval of fuel exchange is 1.29 year. So slightly larger than 1 year. So please, if we look into exact timing of fuel exchange, in 2001, actually 2001.29, fuel of 27 ton is exchanged here in green line. And in 2.58, again 27 ton is exchanged like this. And as we can find, there is no exchange in 2004, and also no exchange in 8. So in NMB output, here you can find 0 in 4 and 8 year.